Hare Krishna, everybody. So today we'll hear from Chandran Prabhu. Go ahead, Chandran Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Shall I go for the prayer first?
Yes.
Can I start prayer, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita prayer first and then I'll go for the prayer. Om Anyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Nama Sri Chaitanya Maubhistam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapata Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tamsa Jiva Sadvaitam Savadodam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vittamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Sagadvade Kopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Risabhanu Sutatevi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripast Bhaya Ivacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavobhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. Today I am supposed to present the subject Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, chapters 4 and 5, the process of creation, cause of all causes. Before that time, I want to invocate all glories to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Guru Parampara, and Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Seeking permission from Guru and Gauranka to speak on the subject matter, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, chapters 4 and 5, process of creation, cause of all causes. Requesting devotees to forgive me for any of my mistakes. Invocation over. The next one, please. As a prelude, I would like to forecast the Srimad Bhagavatam is by disciplinic succession. It is spoken as like this. Krishna spoke directly to Brahma. Brahmaji spoke to Narada Muni to Sri Vyasudeva to Sukadeva Swami, Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, and then Parikshit Maharaj to Sutta Goswami heard during this conversation. Sutta Goswami spoke to them to sages at Naimisharanyam. And then Vyasudeva wrote down in papers the version. The Sutta Goswami reacted to the sages of Naimisharanyam. It had happened. Srila Prabhupada provided Srimad Bhagavatam to all of us through books and lectures, etc. And we gained such knowledge by the mercy of our spiritual master, Ram Vilas Dasa. So now, what I gained the knowledge in this chapter, I am trying to present it as follows. Slide number. The creation of the world. In the phenomenal world, three things are observed: the living beings, the manifest world, ultimate control over them. Brahmaji directly received the knowledge of creation from Supreme Lord. Narada Muni inquires about creation. What is the source of your knowledge? Under whose protection are you standing? Under whom are you working? What is your real position? Do you alone create all entities by your personal energy, like these passages were posed to Brahmaji? Lord Vishnu in cloud of ocean Lord Vishnu is the cause of everything. Lord Vishnu rests on the causal ocean called Karnataka Ocean. He lies on the serpent Ananta Shesha. You can see in the slide. From Lord Vishnu, unlimited universes are created. A lotus grows from his navel and Lord Brahma appears on it. Lord Vishnu maintains and protects the entire cosmic creation. Mahavishnu is the reason for creating the universe, unlimited universe and the universe. Mahavishnu creating, we can see from the slide, the Mahavishnu lies on the ocean, causal ocean, unlimited universe on the left side. Mahavishnu, unlimited universe comes from the pores of Mahavishnu during his breathing. Each universe is like a golden cosmic egg. Mahavishnu enters every universe as God Vishnu. All creation and destruction happen under the supreme control of Mahavishnu. Next. One universe creation. This is created by Lord Krishna. The entire universe originates from the Supreme Lord. The entire Mahatattva is manifested. Material creation begins from Mahatattva. Total material energy comes out to this one. Creation through Brahmaji. Brahma receives knowledge from the Lord and creates planetary systems and living beings. Universe contains many planetary systems. One universe includes heavenly, earthly and lower planetary regions. Creation has birth and destruction. The material universe is temporary. It is created, maintained and finally destroyed by time. Planetary system. Virat form of the Lord is full of planetary systems. Planetary system is universal. 14 planetary systems, Vedic scriptures describe 14 planetary systems, higher, middle and lower. From the screen we can see the higher, middle and lower. Higher, middle and lower. Earth is the middle system. Earth belongs to the middle planet system where human beings live. Higher planetary system, heavenly planets are places of higher enjoyment, longer life and advanced beings. Lower planetary system contains material enjoyment, darkness and suffering. All planetary systems are temporary. Even the highest planet is temporary. Only the spiritual world is eternal. Next. Lord Brahma and cosmic manifestation. Okay. Lord Brahma is the secondary creator of the universe. He is born from the lotus arising from Lord Vishnu Narayana. From 8.84 million bodies, Brahma awards bodies to Jiva based on their dominant desires. Cosmic manifestation begins from Mahatattva, the material energy. Lord Brahma works under the supreme guidance of Lord Vishnu. Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is the spiritual effulgence of the Supreme Lord. It is eternal, unlimited and full of divine light. Brahma Jyoti is dividing line between spiritual and material world. From the screen we could see the material world and the spiritual world above. Brahma Jyoti is beyond the material universe and material darkness. And within the universe creates sun, moon and other demigods. Brahma Jyoti is the effulgence of the Lord. principal manifestations in material world. Mahavishnu creates total material energy known as Mahatattva. Garbhodakshya Vishnu enters the universe, create diversities. Shirodakshya Vishnu in all pervading super soul in all the universes, Paramatma. Material world, living entity is enticed by the deluding nescience. That means attracted, misled by ignorance. Spiritual world without any delusions. Mahatattva is the original material energy creation. False ego, mind and intelligence develop from material nature. The 5 material elements are earth, water, fire, air and ether, product of external energy. All planets, bodies, living beings are formed from these elements. They are marginal energy. The entire material world works under the control of the Supreme Lord. Living entity enjoying gross and subtle ingredients is offshoot of internal potency. Material creation, Mahatattva. Knowledge is required for any creations. Lord has given such knowledge already to Brahmaji. Brahmaji, while creation, assembled the knowledges received from Lord. He is only an assembler. Brahmaji is a secondary creator. The material creation, Mahatattva, gradual evolution and development from one element to another. Elements are senses, mind, modes of nature, they are all not assembled. And with the false ego, it is created with ignorance. The 5 elements, ether, air, fire, water and earth, which produces sound, touch in combination of air, fire, water and earth, from taste to odor. Mahatattva is created out of false ego and ignorance. Then Mahatattva with the goodness and false ego created mind, demigods, directional movement with the mind, demigods and directional movements. Mahatattva with false ego with passion created Jnana Indriya and Karma Indriya. Jnana Indriya is the ear, touch, eye, tongue, nose, and Karma Indriya is activities, leg, hands, anus, genital. Creation starts with ignorance, 5 elements, 16 elements required for creation, mixture of all egos. 5 knowledges, senses, 5 working elements are created. God has infused all the elements before creation. Thus, 8.4 million living beings are created. Vedas, Narayana and demigods. What is Vedas, Narayana and demigods? Vedas declare Lord Narayana as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All demigods work under the control and guidance of Lord Narayana. The Vedas are divine spiritual knowledge originating from Supreme Lord. Demigods are powerful servants responsible for universal management. Narayana is the ultimate destination for all kinds of yoga system as well as for all kinds of liberation. No one can create anything without the sanction of the Lord. May I request the devotee, if anybody can say, what is the instruction of the whole Bhagavad Gita? Anyone can say about it? What is the instruction of the whole Bhagavad Gita? Everybody on the screen or am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Could you please tell me what is the instruction of the whole? It is not testing, it is reminding. Sorry, I am not questioning this thing, it is only reminding. Instruction of the whole.
two things come to my mind. 18.65 and 66. So, one is to give up all other so-called religions and surrender to Lord, and to worship Him, to think of Him.
Perfect, Prabhuji. That is engaging purified senses in the service of the master of senses, attaining the perfection of satisfying the Lord is the ultimate goal of all perfection. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, Prabhuji. Next one. Soul and super soul. Super soul is the supreme Lord. Individual soul is the eternal servitor of the Lord. Knowledge of creation of cosmos helps to know the soul and super soul. Supreme Lord maintains everything created by His expansion of energy. He always remains separate. Kala or time is the synonym of nature and is transferred manifestation of the principle of material creation. Kala may be taken, Kala, the time, may be taken as the first cause of all creation. The soul, Atma, is the energy. In the screen we can see, soul Atma is the eternal living entity. Super soul, Supreme Lord present in everyone's heart. Soul is individual, but the super soul is present everywhere. Soul experiences karma, while the super soul guides and witnesses all actions. Spiritual perfection is achieved when the soul surrenders to the super soul. Understand, the soul accept the guidance of the super soul and return to your eternal home, back to order. We have to surrender to the Lord to go back to Godhead. Manifestation of modes of material nature. This is self-centered materialistic ego for creation. There are three modes of material nature: goodness, patience, and ignorance. Goodness brings knowledge, purity, happiness, and peace. Patience creates desires, attachment, and material activities. Ignorance causes darkness, laziness, delusion, and confusion. Manifestation of the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness, the original state of purity, peace and harmony, mind generated, then manifested, then 10 demigods of mode of goodness produces purity, peace and true knowledge. From the mode of goodness, universal mind becomes manifested. Mode of goodness is conducive to develop wisdom, discipline and spiritual understanding. Initial 10 demigods arise from mode of goodness. The mode of goodness leads the soul towards happiness and liberation. Transformation mode of patience, product of air element, sense organs. On the earth, there is full of display of variegatedness of life. Originally starts with basic principles of disease of the body taken place in earth, and mental diseases also within the body. How to solve it? By Bhakti Yoga. One can surpass all these effects and can be promoted to one of the planet in spiritual sky by the supreme will of the Lord. In this creation process, Mahatattva and product of air elements are displayed. Sense organs, Indriyas. Creation sequences are Mahatattva to false ego, mode of patience, sense organs, activity, material body, universal creations happening. Creation in the mode of ignorance, Tamoguna, produces darkness, illusion and ignorance, creates laziness, sleep and carelessness, leads to anger, violence and destruction, causes material attachment and confusion, blocks spiritual knowledge and self-realization. And here is another question. What are the primary requirements of human society? Instead of this, which I could answer this way. It is not I am answering, it is from the scripture what I have learned is displayed here. Human life requires spiritual knowledge and a proper guidance. Ignorance creates fear, confusion, anger and suffering in society. Without goodness and discipline, society becomes degraded. Tamoguna increases laziness, violence and materialism. Peaceful human society develops through knowledge, purity and devotion is required in human society. Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes. Supreme source of creation is Krishna. Cause of all causes is Krishna. Creator of material and spiritual is Krishna. Maintainer of all living beings is Krishna. Beyond material nature remains transcendental and eternal is Lord Krishna. Then what is universal form? Is universe the form of the Lord or form of the Lord contains the universe? What is difference between Bhagavad Gita's universal form and Srimad Bhagavatam's universal form? The Bhagavad Gita universal form is a revelation of real form of contains entire universe. Hence, Arjuna saw at the bottom the divine serpent holding the universe, saw Brahmaji at the top. Bhagavad Gita universal form is real but not eternal. That is, there is no loka in spiritual world where Bhagavad Gita is universal form exists. Universal form visible only at the mercy of the Lord when the Lord reveals. That is in about the Bhagavad Gita universal form. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is only an imaginatory. There is no such real universal form. The conceptualization tool to enhance any person's spiritual focus by material imagination. If the imagination is Patala is lotus, lotus feet, rivers as his veins, mountains as Lord's bones, trees as his hair. Hence, first step in God realization is such imagination. This is the difference between universal forms of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, the question comes, what is the ultimate goal of all perfections? In the essence of the time, I will answer like the same. What I have read in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate goal of all perfection, to attain pure love and devotion to Lord Krishna, to realize the soul is eternal and beyond the material body, to become free from birth, death and material suffering, to always remember and serve the Supreme Lord, to return to the eternal spiritual world and achieve everlasting happiness. These are the ultimate goal of all perfections. Then what is eternal? Spiritual sky is eternal. It is referred here with Bhagavad Gita 8.20. Parastasmattu bhavonayo vyakto vyaktat sanatana Syasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyatsu na vinasyati. Yet, the meaning is there is no another eternal nature which is beyond this manifested and unmanifested material creation. That supreme spiritual nature is eternal and is never destroyed. When all in this world is annihilated, that spiritual world remains unchanged forever. Lord Krishna's superior spiritual energy is eternal. Next. Before I could close my presentation, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone. Just like desired trees, they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Hare Krishna. Again, if you could see in nutshell, what is the cause of all causes? Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes, which is displayed again there. Thank you all devotees for patient listening, and if I have committed any mistake, please excuse me for it. Thank you.
Super excellent. Any questions, comments, realizations for Chandran?
realizations for Chandran?
Really, I'm hearing two audio. Or I can ask. There's a
Yeah,
small
Abhishek
question.
Prabhu, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the presentation. One thing, I like the first image which you showed about Brahmaji and Naraji, that was very beautiful. Thank you. I have a small question that where does Mahat Tattva come in the creation? Is it after the universes are there, or is it before the universes are there? I got a little confused.
So I will answer. It's a pretty technical question. So Mahat Tattva is among the very first item that gets manifested. So if you recall the visual I have shown from Canto 2, chapter 5, going all the way to Canto 3, chapter 5, that the very first item, Mahavishnu gets manifested, then time gets manifested. So Mahavishnu then glances at the Pradhan and a small portion gets broken off. That is Mahat Tattva. So universe is not yet created, it has started to create. That is Mahat Tattva, the portion that has broken off from the Pradhan. So Pradhan remains unmanifested material world, and the Mahat Tattva becomes the manifested. So it is the starting place of manifesting the universe, and then I've described the whole steps that go through, that each items get manifested, that Chandran Prabhu also pointed out today. And this is how the universe gets manifested step by step. Abhishek?
Thank you, Prabhuji. And all these elements like the senses and which in the chart come, they are also coming before the universe is manifested.
You are correct. So they are there in the unmanifested form. All the elements are in the unmanifested form, and as part of creation of the universe, they are getting mixed, and the universe is getting manifested.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So just to clarify, this all happens before Garbhodaka Vishnu enters into the universe, right? Like these ingredients are already existing.
You are correct. There'll be slight overlap.
Okay.
But lot of original ingredients are there from Karnodakshay Vishnu in their unmixed state at the very start, simultaneously. So there'll be slight overlap. Simultaneously, Garbhodakshay Vishnu also gets manifested as the super soul of each universe.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And there is one small comment on the presentation also, that probably there was one image in the beginning where there was a description of how Brahmaji is coming, and it was said that he is coming from the navel of Karanodakasai Vishnu. Maybe just a small point can.
Yeah, you are correct. It should be from Garbhodakshay Vishnu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Nitya? Nitya, your voice is not audible. We cannot hear you. Nitya, we cannot hear you. Your voice is not clear.
Oh,
Please reconnect and then ask your question.
okay, Prabhu.
Pratyush?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. First of all, an incredible presentation. The creation of the universe may be a complex topic, but the fact that you have researched and compiled and broken it down into such presentation with proper illustrations is really good work. So thank you for the presentation. My question is, in one of the slides about the mode of goodness, that is Sattva Guna, it is stated that there are 10 demigods who originate in the mode of goodness. So can you please name which of the 10 demigods do originate in the Sattva Guna? Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
so I will again answer this a pretty technical question that Pratish Prabhu, you will soon hear in your batch about creation that these 10 demigods are part of original creation and they are created by Vishnu. And these 10 demigods are created even before Brahmaji has taken birth. And these 10 demigods are not the demigods that we know in the material world. These 10 demigods are there in every creation cycle. And you will hear when you will come in Bhagavatam, you will hear that these 10 demigods are talking about when they are worshipping the Lord Vishnu, they are talking about Lord's lotus feet as umbrella. Now, if you think about that, what Abhishek Prabhu was saying, creation has not yet happened, or everything is sitting in unmixed state. So how can these demigods talk about umbrella? Where is umbrella coming from? Because these 10 original demigods are the same one in the previous creation also, and they remember from the previous creation when umbrella and everything was manifested. Then of course that creation got annihilated. That's what they are remembering. And in the prayer, original prayers, before even anything is manifested, they are praying. So these 10 demigods, you will soon see visuals of all of that. Others have already seen it. You'll soon see and hear the discussion in your batch, Pratish Prabhu, that these 10 demigods are the controllers of many of our senses. And then Brahmaji takes birth, and then the various demigods that we have in the material world, they get manifested later on.
All right, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, are you able to hear me, Prabhu?
It's still very iffy voice. Increase your volume and maybe try with a speakerphone.
Prabhu, now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, Prabhu. I'm joining from my laptop. I'm trying to prepare for the presentation. So I will. Chandran Prabhu, it was a great presentation. Thank you so much. Prabhu just had one question. The causal ocean in the spiritual world, or it's between the spiritual and material world before the start of all?
So, causal ocean, if you recall, I have shown you the visual also, this was in Bhagavad Gita, that Mahavishnu is lying on that ocean. So you can call it as spiritual, but it's not in the spiritual world. The ocean is spiritual world, but it is in the material world, not part of the manifested universe. Right? So it is just outside the manifested material world. It is for Lord to reside. But it is, you can say in between is better term to use for the ocean. Nitya?
Thank you, Prabhu. Another follow-up question, Prabhu. So, the modes of material nature existed before creation, before the material cosmos, because mind and the 10 demigods were created even before Brahmaji, right? So, the modes already existed before the creation of the material cosmos?
So, as Abhishek Prabhu was also asking, in the sequence, Mahat Tattva comes first after Karnodakshay, Vishnu and time. Mahat Tattva, and from there all the modes are there in unmixed state. And all these are getting ready so that when Brahmaji takes birth, he can use all of these to assemble. So definitely they have to be there from before. Otherwise, what will Brahmaji assemble? Nitya?
So Prabhu, Lord Mahavishnu creates the demigod in the mode of Krishna's mind, the demigods are created. And then the second part of it happens, the second creation.
Yeah, you are correct that the 10 demigods are part of Sarga, primary creation by the Lord, and they are in charge of the respective senses. So I've shown you visuals for that.
Prabhu, one more follow-up question. So, in the hierarchy, we've seen that senses, sense object senses, then mind, intelligence, consciousness. Mind, intelligence comes above mind, but when the creation happens, mind is and intelligence is from the mode of action. Correct?
So, sorry, your voice is breaking in between. It's very difficult to understand your question.
Prabhu, I'm going to try again. So in the hierarchy that we have where mind, intelligence, then consciousness. So I was just asking that mind is created first from the mode of goodness and then intelligence comes from the mode of passion. So can you just elaborate?
So what's your question? Yeah, you are correct that mind comes with a mixture of ego and goodness. So what's your question?
Is that it seems like mind should be above intelligence. Mind is coming from goodness and intelligence is from passion. Mind should have more control. I mean, I'm just asking. The hierarchy had intelligence above mind. Then mind was coming from goodness.
So, understand that these creation happen simultaneously. Yes, you are correct that that mind comes from goodness, and you have heard and read in Bhagavad Gita 3.42 the hierarchy that the hierarchy is soul is at the top, then next is intelligence, then the mind, then the senses, and then the sense objects. So how come mind is part of goodness when in the hierarchy intelligence is higher? So understand that the functions are different. That mind as thinking, feeling, and enacting, while intelligence is doing all the activity. Therefore, passion is required. So understand from the function point. Yes, you are correct. What you identified, that why is mind from goodness and intelligence from passion when goodness is higher, while in the hierarchy of 3.42 Bhagavad Gita, intelligence is higher. So how do you understand this point? So understand that you have to distinguish between material intelligence and spiritual intelligence. The material intelligence most of the time is controlled by the mind. Therefore, mind does everything. And intelligence is combined of ego and passion. Does that help for the time being?
Yes, Prabhu, especially the functionality point, I think it's
Yeah. Rest of you, any questions, comments, realizations on Chandran Prabhu's presentation? Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu and Hare Krishna Chandran Prabhu and all other devotees. Chandran Prabhu, thank you so much for this presentation. We had studied it recently and it was so nice to have revised it all over again, and especially you connected it to other sources and made it very holistic. So it was really very nice. Prabhuji, presentation was good. This music playing behind, maybe it could have been a little lower in volume, but it was creating a very nice ambience for the presentation. So thank you so much. I have one small query this I wanted to understand. Actually, two queries. One is this that we discussed that the creation of demigods, Vishnu created demigods. So is creation of demigods also Vishnu's Maya's potency, that he has created these demigods? Like even Brahma and Shiva are demigods. And then there are so many other demigods that different people worship for health, education, wealth, auspiciousness, etc. So when Vishnu is the cause of all causes, he is the creator of all material and spiritual things, and also a maintainer of all living beings, why did he actually need demigods to create? Then if the demigods were not there, then it would have been only Krishna and only Vishnu. And there would have been no distraction for other existence of other demigods. So is this also an activity of his Maya potency that he's created all these demigods? He doesn't need somebody to handle different portfolios. He can do it all by himself. He's all powerful, he's so complete, he can do everything by himself. So I just wanted to understand whether this was also part of his Maya activity. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
So I will answer this, that an example is given in scriptures for this exact question, that why demigods? Why not Krishna himself? So step back and visualize what happened with all of us. That we are children of Krishna and we fought with Krishna and said, no, I am not living in the spiritual world, I am leaving house and I am going away. Exactly what some children do in the material world also. Now if Krishna, meaning the parent, visualize the material world. If parent goes to get the children back, the children says, no, I don't like you, I'm not coming back. So what Krishna did was, he appointed his ministers, which are demigods, saying, engage my children in some spiritual, which is lower. Demigod worship is lower. So the ministers are engaging the children, material world, in demigod worship. Demigod worship is given in Vedas. By this demigod worship, the soul or the child is getting out of this unrestricted sense enjoyment and coming within the circle of spirituality, meaning coming within the realm of original Father Krishna. And we have discussed that the purpose of demigod worship is so that the living entity meets a pure devotee and progresses upwards on the yoga ladder to fully purifying himself and going back home, back to Godhead. So this is reason number one of why Krishna appointed his ministers to get the soul back within the circle of spirituality. And second, visualize that somebody is completely in unregulated life, and all of a sudden you tell that person that drop everything and do bhakti. He's going to say, I'm not interested. I cannot do this. But if you tell them, do one step at a time. Therefore, if you recall the visual of yoga ladder, that the dividing line between animal life and the start of spirituality is karma kanda. Karma kanda is regulated sense enjoyment, and then little by little you progress upwards on the yoga ladder to karma yoga and all the way to bhakti yoga. Nitya, everybody.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, we will not categorize creation of demigods by Vishnu as his Maya activity. Is that what we understand, Prabhuji? He's not distracting us. Maya is materialistic, it distracts. But demigods are not for that. So it is not, demigod creation is not part of his Maya activity. It is a spiritual activity. Is it, Prabhuji?
So even material world is spiritual activity. We have discussed that Shrishti Leela is Leela of Krishna, is to give the living souls a chance to reform themselves and also fulfill their enjoying mentality. So demigods are jivas and they have a specific role. The demigods, as we already discussed, that the 10 original demigods, yes, they are created by Mahavishnu as part of Sarga, primary creation. But the remaining demigods that we know in the material world, they are created by Brahmaji. Of course, they are sanctioned by Krishna to place a particular soul in that demigod position. Understand, a demigod is a position and different jivas are occupying the position of demigods at different times. Pragya, sorry, earlier I said Nitya instead of saying Pragya. Does that answer?
Prabhuji, and Prabhuji, may I ask another question?
Yeah.
So related to this only, Prabhuji. So when we are talking about yoga ladder and we are talking about learning through parampara system, then the parampara system in which we are learning, we are not going into demigod worship at all. So is this something different, Prabhuji? And how does this parampara system of learning compare with the modern learning that we have? When we can read the scriptures on our own and maybe now ask AI to explain it to us, but it is different from studying in a particular parampara system. So that doesn't take us to the demigods, it directly takes us to Vaishnavism. So is that different by design?
Yeah, so visualize that all of us, including you, Pragya, you have been in demigod worship and now you are progressing, that somehow you got mercy of a pure devotee that you progress to studying scriptures. So Pragya, I want you to go to Bhagavad Gita 8.28, paragraph number 4, which starts with Idam Viditva. I want you to read what you talked about reading by yourself and by AI, Bhagavad Gita 8.28 already answers that. Pragya, 828,
Ji,
fourth
Prabhuji.
paragraph.
Prabhuji,
The-
should I read it aloud, Prabhuji?
Say that again.
Should I read it aloud, Prabhuji?
Yeah, you read fourth paragraph, which starts with the words idam viditva. Read that paragraph.
The words idam viditva indicates that one should understand the instructions given by Sri Krishna in this chapter and the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. One should try to understand these chapters not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with devotees.
Right?
Chapter
What does it
7
say?
through-
Not
Yes,
by
Prabhuji, the hearing them-
scholarship, not by speculation, but by hearing in association with devotees. So, Pragya, you visualize that you had created a video a little while ago from AI, and I had told you that AI gave you absolute incorrect response.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right, so it is not possible for AI, forget AI, not possible for anyone else to teach you except by hearing in devotee association. So this is the
Yes.
parampara. This is our class. No, you cannot read by and understand by yourself. It is not possible, period.
Ji Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, you mentioned that I was in a demigod worship. So was that my beginning of spirituality? And
You are
then
correct.
I got mercy, and I got into what we call as a elevator system, a faster channel to
You are
connect
absolutely
with
correct.
Krishna.
Yeah, you are correct that you are in demigod worship, that Krishna used his ministers to get you into the circle of spirituality, then made arrangements to get mercy of a pure devotee, and that's how you are fast forwarding. So all of us understand, visualize the luckiness that you all have received mercy of a pure devotee. Therefore, you are able to comprehend Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam scriptures.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So basically, that I was worshipping Shiva, that was also Krishna's mercy to me, and to have brought me here is also his mercy. Both were his mercy, right?
Both points are his mercy. You are absolutely correct. Therefore, Chandran Prabhu correctly pointed out, Krishna is the cause of all causes.
Ji Prabhuji.
And
Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah, very good. And Pragya, your point, I will soon point out about Agyat Sukruti. We have Chandran Prabhu's assistant Muttu Prabhu sitting beside him, and I will soon point out as soon as questions are finished that what led you, Pragya, here is the starting point of Muttu Prabhu. I'll soon highlight that in a minute. I'll first let devotees have questions, comments, realizations.
Hey, Prabhuji, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Chandran Prabhu, for making this beautiful presentation. Hare Krishna.
So,
Can I ask?
yeah, Nitya, go ahead. Your voice is somehow not perfect today.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Your voice is breaking. There's no point you asking anything. Anybody else? Anything? So I want to point out 2 points here. First is Agyat Sukruti. Agyat Sukruti means knowingly or unknowingly doing devotional services that helps the soul and makes conducive environment for the soul's spiritual journey. So we have Chandran Prabhu's assistant Muthu Prabhu assisting Chandran Prabhu with this presentation. So Muthu Prabhu has previously done some devotional service that generated Agyat Sukruti and brought him in contact with you all devotees here today for this presentation, as well as behind the scene for preparing this presentation. And this further creates Agyat Sukruti for himself, for Muthu Prabhu. And what this will happen is that in future, he will get more and more avenues for doing devotional activities. So this has been our past also. That what Muthu Prabhu is today, just helping little bit. It's not little bit, it's a lot of help. That was because of some Agyat Sukruti, knowingly or unknowingly doing. So we also were previously in that situation. Exactly what Pragya was inquiring. And later on, this will fast forward, that Agyat Sukruti will keep becoming more and more conducive towards bhakti. So Agyat Sukruti is not bhakti, but Agyat Sukruti means unknowingly or knowingly doing devotional services. So what Muthu Prabhu is helping Chandran Prabhu prepare this presentation and helping behind the scene for running this presentation is devotional activity. And this creates Agyat Sukruti, which creates a conducive environment for Muthu Prabhu to continue spiritual endeavor. So we have discussed multiple times. Bhakti comes from bhakti. There's a live example here for Muthu Prabhu. So Chandran Prabhu and Muthu Prabhu, you can please stop your presentation and we can let Muthu Prabhu speak if he has anything to share. Chandran Prabhu, please stop your presentation and you can unmute and let Muthu Prabhu speak. Now stop your presentation and then unmute. Yeah, now you can unmute.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for helping my boss in this wonderful presentation.
Yeah, so thank you, Muthu Prabhu, and you got amazing association from all devotees. Maybe you can consider to join our Bhagavad Gita classes. So the new batch will be starting sometime soon. Thank you again
Okay,
for
sure.
help and services.
Okay, I will try. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. The last point I want to mention is that at the start, Chandran Prabhu called me as spiritual master. So I'm not a spiritual master. I'm just a servant doing a service. All glories are always for Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. Any last questions, comments, realizations? All right, so Mangala and Das.
Yeah, sorry, I want to ask a question. Where did the souls originally came from? Where they came from, like a spiritual world, or I mean, from to the material world?
Yes, we all were in the spiritual world and we became envious of Krishna and we decided that I want to enjoy separate of Krishna. So Krishna said that in the spiritual world, there is only one enjoyer, Krishna. If you want to be the enjoyer or have the illusion of enjoyment, then you will have to go to material world.
So Hare Krishna. So we were originally from the spiritual world, but if we were originally from the spiritual world, how do there's a verse in Bhagavad Gita that we will never return to the material world once we get there. So that's I'm a little confused about that.
Yeah, you are correct. So now, after coming to material world, when we now go back to the spiritual world, then we will never come back. Why? Because now we have experienced the misery. I have given this example multiple times that if you tell a child, don't touch a live electricity wire, don't touch fire, the child will not listen, the child will not care. He'll say, yeah, well, whatever. And when the child accidentally touches a live electricity wire or somehow gets burnt with fire, that's when the child realizes, oh, my parents said, don't touch live electricity wire, don't touch fire. So now that we have experienced the misery of material world, and after this, when we go back to spiritual world, then we will not come back. But originally we have not experienced, and we said, oh, that's okay. Material world looks nice. Let me go there. Malayan Prabhu. Mangalayan Prabhu.
When also as you know that about the Boom of Mahavishnu, we are all came from Boom of Mahavishnu, and we at the end of the Pralaya we all go back to whoever didn't return to the spiritual will go and merge with the Mahavishnu's womb. That is also there somewhere.
So visualize the steps that you are traveling in a train and you are going in step-by-step process, that we were in the spiritual world. And if you recall the visual I have shown for the creation, that first Mahavishnu is manifested and all the jivas from the spiritual world that are supposed to come to material world, they first come to Mahavishnu's womb. And then Mahavishnu, through his glands, infuses the swabhava of all the jiva into Mahat Tattva and agitates the Mahat Tattva. That's how the swabhava of the soul comes from Mahavishnu's glands into Mahat Tattva, and that's how we get into the material world. So Krishna says in chapter 14, I am the seed-giving father, right? So this is how he infuses our swabhava, means our enjoying mentality, into Mahat Tattva. He has said during the time of partial annihilation, we again go back and sleep in Mahavishnu's womb for some 4.6 billion years. And this cycle continues. But originally also, we came into the womb and then through the glands into Mahat Tattva. Mangalayan Prabhu.
Okay, Krishna, thank you.
So, congratulations to Mangalayan Prabhu. He's our Matan Prabhu. He got initiated last week from our spiritual master, His Grace, Vaisheshikadas Adhikari. So, we have discussed in Nectar of Instruction that one who takes initiation should offer respects and obeisances. So, all of you can virtually do the same of congratulating and offering obeisance. Mangalayan Prabhu, God, thank you, and please accept our humble obeisances.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, our obeisances to you. Hearty congratulations on this initiation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Many congratulations for your initiation.
Hare Krishna, we are fortunate to have along with me for the presentation. Congratulations, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, I attended the Sadhu Sangha program last weekend in New Orleans, so I wish everyone can attend that. It's a great program, great association, that prasadam, everything was great. 9 meals of prasadam. Yeah, it was really, really nice. I attended for the first time. All the spiritual masters were there. Like the four spiritual masters were giving initiation, and my spiritual master initiated about 10 disciples, and it was great. And everyone was there. Everybody is like so many devotees were chanting, and it was a great time to get initiation. Thank you.
Congratulations, Prabhu. I actually was fortunate to hear the recording yesterday, and I actually realized your voice when you were initiated. It was a beautiful presentation on the spiritual masters. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. What is the meaning of Mangalayana Dasa, Prabhu?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it is described in Canto 4. Like four Kumaras, Prithu Maharaj was doing some yakya, and four Kumaras were visited him, and Prithu Maharaj were saying to four Kumaras using this name Mangalayana, what have I done to deserve your association and presence in my yakya? So that is referring to four Kumaras. Mangalayana means all auspiciousness, basically.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. So just as when we take birth in the material world, we get a birth certificate. Similarly, my spiritual master gives us a birth certificate for the second birth upon initiation, where the name Mangalayan Das would be written, and from where in Bhagavatam this comes. So it gives the verse also. So as Mangalayan Prabhu explained, that it is all auspiciousness, that those who are chanting and remembering the Lord, that is all auspiciousness. That's what the verse explain, where the Mangala. So if you look up the word, his name Mangalayan, you will reach. I think it's only one or two verses where this word is mentioned.
Yeah, it's Canto 4, chapter 22, verse 7.
Right. So next week we have Abhishek Prabhu on the topic of chant anyways, and we will assemble them. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chandran Prabhu, and thank you, Muttu Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Everybody will stop here.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
So kind of it.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.